Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Today's video is about this Wink Martindale scheme, and I want to talk about the facts, the expectations, and also the false narratives in regard to Mr. Wink Martindale. But first, as a Giants fan and as a man, I want to shout out another content creator. That's Nick Filato over at Big Blue View. Nick has some great videos breaking down some Wink play designs, and that helped me a lot with getting an understanding of what to expect this year. So without further ado, let's get it. One description I've seen a lot in regards to explaining the scheme of Wink Martindale is organized chaos. And to me, there's no more perfect way to describe it. You know, to the untrained eye, it looks like he's just sending guys, but when you see how he uses alignments and subtle movements pre-snap, you see that this man is a chess player. Every move has a counter depending on how the blocking is picked up, but there will always be a free runner to the quarterback. So Wink is not a sit back and see what the offense does type of DC. Wink likes to dictate. He wants the QB to have nightmares when preparing for the game, and I love that. Now, you will say that because of his style, he depends heavily on the secondary being able to hold their own in man-to-man, and this is true, but this is also where the QB has to be damn near flawless in pre-snap and at the snap in their decision-making. So a lot of the elite QBs might be able to adjust quicker, but most QBs have issues, when facing Martindale. Now, getting into some of the narratives, one of those narratives is that Wink is stubborn and he will not adjust. And those people that say that, they like to cite certain games and use the word exposed. One of those games being the Bengals, and they're right in a sense. There were a handful of big plays given up, but it was more about assignments than Wink not adjusting. Burrow made some great decisions that paid off against, a depleted secondary. And we all remember when Wink made those comments about grabbing guys, or ordering guys off DoorDash, but basically, getting some guys off the street to play corner, when the injuries piled up. And that does play a factor. So also when I'm looking at the Giants secondary, there are some questions about our secondary, especially at corner. Right now, you have Adoree Jackson at CB1. Aaron Robinson is looking like he's, has that early hold on CB2. So you got a guy that has talent but has health issues, and then the other guy is pretty much unproven. I'm a little bit higher than most people on Aaron Robinson, but it is true the guy is unproven. Doesn't have a lot of snaps, but in the few snaps or few games that he did play, there were some good stuff that he put out on the field. So these are all true concerns, but you hope, that the coaching can get these guys ready to go. And what I think helps these guys are the players that are up front. And to me, that's where I start to get positive when I think about this defense. I think that we can get the pressure and get it quick, especially starting with guys like Azeez and Thibodeaux. Also, if you add Roche and then whoever that fourth guy in that rotation is going to be, whether that's, Ellison, they got O'Shane, they have the UDFA, Timon Fox. Could it be Cam Brown? Could it be Carter Coughlin? It's some guys that are going to play in that rotation, and we'll see how that goes, as one of those camp battles coming up in training camp. But another key guy up front is going to be Leonard Williams. And in order for these edges to get home, guys like Leo, guys like Dexter, is it going to be Ward? These guys got to ball out too. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So, and then outside of just blitzing, Wink also relies on stunts. But if his players show that they can get home in base, he'll let that ride too. So, all in all, I think Wink was a great hire, and it's definitely what the fans need to see in New York. And finally, let's get back to hunting these quarterbacks, and let's do it often. Just breaking down, Wink Martindale. You got a aggressive guy who wants to disrupt the offense. He doesn't want to sit back We don't have to worry about that soft zone like we did before with Patrick Graham. And that's another video in regards to Patrick Graham, because it could have just been the talent that he was using or had access to, of why he played the way he played. But again, not to knock him, we need a guy like Wink Martindale, especially now, to get his hands on this defense and mold it the way that he needs it to be. And without having that true dominant CB1, it's going to have to be some cornerbacks sticking to the scheme, trusting the system and buying into that system, that Wink will have them in the right position to make these plays. So all in all, I think Wink was a great hire. I'm excited about what this defense is going to look like. You already saw portions in OTA and in minicamp where our own offensive line is having fits with the guys, with the defense. And guys like Dane Belton, guys like Julian Love are getting sent on blitz packages, sometimes even in the A-gap, and they're getting home. I just can't wait to see exactly what this defense is going to look like week one. And I think week one, with a guy like Tannehill that has his flaws, that we might have a chance at surprising the Tennessee Titans. But again, that's my review of this Wink Martindale scheme. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys agree with what I'm saying, please let me know in the comments below. If you disagree, let me know that as well. Let me know what your concerns are. And again, I want to shout out Nick Filato over at Big Blue View for some of the great videos that he put out, breaking down some of the plays that Wink Martindale had drew up, during last year's season. And again, from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dad Schnoes, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.